today's video, we'll be showing you all around the town of Sitges in the northeast of Spain. It's incredibly pretty and it has a programme of yearly cultural events that would make a British town council weep. But where should you stay? Where's best to eat and drink? Are the beaches any good? And what can you see and do? Buckle up and let us guide you through this gorgeous Spanish town. If you don't know us, I'm Rachel, he's Wills, and we are Postcard and a Pint. And we've just landed in Barcelona. So the first question is, how on earth do you get there?
If you land in Terminal 2, then job's a good one. But if you land in Terminal 1, follow the signs for trains. This will take you to the shuttle bus that connects you from Terminal 1 to 2. You'll need to take it. It does take about 10 minutes.
10 minutes later.
Now we're at Terminal 2. Follow the signs for trains.
You go inside the terminal building and head for the far right end of it. Here you'll find the escalator up, then the bridge across to the train station. And the line you need...
So we're going to go from the airport on the R2 North, one stop, swap onto the R2 South and out to Sitges.
There are ticket machines, but as it was quiet, we went to the kiosk. The trains aren't pretty, but they are clean and tend to run on time. One stop along in El Prat de Llobregat, and it was a 15-minute wait for the Sitges train. And then...
25 minutes later, you're in Sitges. Let's go explore.
It really is that simple. Another handy thing to know.
As you come out of the train station in Sitges, on your left you'll see tourist information. Highly recommend asking any questions you've got about whatever you want to do. They are so knowledgeable. They are multilingual in there. Every lady that we've had so far this week has spoken English. They've just helped us plan our journey to Salou. Definitely visit the tourist office.
Then on the other side of the train station, you'll find the big supermarket. Whether you're self-catering or just want to stock up on drinks, this supermarket is really reasonably priced. A bottle of Fina Sol for €4.25? Bargain! Next, accommodation. We're lucky to have stayed here a number of times. We found Hotel Subur really well placed for both the beach and the old town. It was basic, but served us well. Hotel Montserrat was nearer the station, but still a quick walk into the old town, and again, a basic hotel. Hotel Medium Sitges is a lot posher. I stayed here as a child, but Mum and Dad paid for that one. On this visit, it's an Airbnb, right in the heart of the old town. It was immaculately clean and had great facilities. Our favourite feature, though, was this stunning roof terrace, where we always had a nightcap before bed. Cheers! So you've arrived, you've unpacked, and now it's time to hit the beach. In Sitges, you won't be disappointed. There are loads of beaches to choose from. We're going to start at the north end of town and work our way south, including the Chiringuitos along the way. Now, a beach, as you know, is a big sandy thing with sea attached. A Chiringuito is what the Spanish call a beach bar. Cheers! They serve food too, and there are plenty of Chiringuitos along the front in Sitges. Let's get stuck in with the most northern beach. Take it away, Rach.
At the northern end of Sitges is a small beach of Aigua Dulce. Now, if you're staying up this end, this is perfect. But if you're staying in the centre, we definitely recommend taking a walk. Takes about 20-25 minutes to walk here, but it's quieter. It's got a lovely beach bar, Nomada, and you can hire paddle boards. It's altogether a more chill place than the main beach.
So a beach where you can escape the crowds with a lovely little Chiringuito called Nomada. We enjoyed this beach, and also Nomada, for a beer and a pop stop. Moving on.
The next beach south of Aigua Dulce is Playa Balmins. Now, this is a lovely beach. It gets a bit busier, but one thing to note about this beach is the southern side is the nudist or naturist beach. So you might see more than a bit of fish and tackle.
I can see us.
Willie!
Yes!
We didn't venture down onto this beach, but there did seem to be a Chiringuito. But if everyone's danglies are not your thing, just above the beach on the coast path is La Caleta Beach Bar and Restaurant, where the only winkle you'll find is served fresh from the sea, with a knob of butter, of course. Cheers to all the knobs, norks and nonnies, and one day we'll be as brave and liberated as you. It's around the headland to the next main beach. Take it away, Rach.
The next beach heading south is San Sebastian. Now, this is one of the main beaches. It is small though, and it does get busy.
It's a lovely beach, and on this beach you'll find the Chiringuito Caracola. It has a good varied menu. We went for nachos, standard. There's nothing like a bite to eat whilst looking out over a stunning beach. Cheers, San Sebastian Beach. Now it's back onto the path and past the church because...
The other side of the church is Fregata Beach. This is the beginning of the big long stretch of beach all the way up to the hotel that looks like a cruise ship. And from this beach, you get the best views of the church.
Fregata Beach and Ribera Beach next to it have, in our opinion, the best sand and the best views. There is also a lovely chiringuito called Iguanas with beautiful views of the church. We had a couple of salads and they were delicious. The other side of Iguanas is Ribera Beach, and this is definitely our favourite beach for a swim. This beach does get busy, but we always found a spot, and it was August. It's a great beach for kids too, as it's shallow so far out. At the far end of Ribera Beach is Chiringuito Sitges Republic. We had a drink, enjoyed the mad chef at the barbecue, and the food was excellent. Moving on.
The next beach along as you head south out of Sitges is Bassa Rodana. This is still a lovely sandy beach, lovely water, just a narrower strip of sand. Wherever you stop on this little stretch of coast is absolutely stunning.
We did walk all the way to the end one day and sampled a few more chiringuitos. Next you'll find Playa Estañol. This one has cabanas at the back and you can book a massage. It also has a chiringuito, but we didn't try this one. Next comes Riera Chica, which is a very narrow beach when the tide's in. Next comes La Barra Beach. And then Terramar Beach, which is also the name of the big hotel that looks like a cruise ship. This beach has a man-made bay, so it's perfect for kids. You can hire pedalos, go parasailing, or even do yoga on the beach. The last little stretch of beach is called Las Anquinas. It also has a chiringuito called Blanca Subor, which we did visit. For a coffee, it was a gloomy day. But gloomy or full sun, there's a beach to suit you. Isn't that right, Rach?
And that's the beaches of Sitges.
Next, it's on to food and drink in town. And in Sitges, you're spoilt for choice. Cheers! From tapas to pizza. From Italian to Japanese. From high-end to, well, Korean rice. There's a restaurant to suit every taste and budget. Isn't that right, Wills? Here are a few we tried this time. First up, Montroig. This is on the main strip and has an almost plantation-like feel to it. It does all the B's, breakfast, burgers and bagels. Basically, being on the strip, hangover food. It's very pleasant, eh, Rach? At Costa Barcelona, overlooking San Sebastian Beach, we had pimientos de padron and bruschetta. OK, and a sangria and beer too. Cheers again! Cinnamon is a vegan restaurant just off Fregata Beach. The food here was so fresh and delicious, and we highly recommend it. And Will's had a beer. As we were in Spain, we did try a bit of tapas. El Capricho was in the same street as our Airbnb, and very nice it was too, eh chaps? Although we did enjoy this, the best tapas we had in Sitges has to be El Cable. This tapas restaurant is incredibly popular. Its menu is varied, and can we just say, hummus with yoghurt and honey is game-changing, as were the honey and mustard chicken fingers and the patatas bravas. I'm feeling like a live review, Rach. Give us your thoughts on El Cable.
Since we've been in Sitges, one of the best places we've eaten at is El Cable, the tapas restaurant. It was brilliant. But they serve from 7. We got there 7:15. If you get there any later, it will look like this.
Still a great vibe, but you won't find a seat. Now on to our top 2 restaurants of this trip. First up is Bar Tomu, just off Capdevila. It had excellent wine, a good starter, and steaks that were cooked to perfection. Cheers, Bar Tomu! And our other top restaurant in Sitges has to be Tito Vito in the Old Town. This restaurant is Italian, tick, served Sardinian beer, tick, and had the best pasta we've ever tasted. Isn't that right, Wills?
This pasta, it's pretty much a 10 out of 10. 9.75, 10 out of 10. It is beautiful. Sardinian beer, Ikanusa, and the most wonderful pasta we've had so far. Cheers.
So that's Tito Vito. Postcard and a pint recommended. Yes, we ate in a few more places. Maybe had a few more drinks. But we certainly didn't struggle day or night to find good food. A quick shout out to this bar, La Cova, or The Cave, for no other reason than it had a really cool interior. And this one, La Viña. Not only did it have excellent wine, which made me happy, it also had Christmas, and that made Wills the happiest lad in Sitges. One last shout out goes to Gabby's on the front. It's nothing fancy, but this was such a friendly bar. They let us sit just inside for the last parade, even though we weren't eating. Cheers, chaps! So there's eating and drinking in Sitges taken care of. We're sure you'll find somewhere that suits you just fine. Next, it's on to things to see around town. We have to, of course, start with the wonderful church of St Bartholomew and Santa Tecla. It dominates the skyline both day and night. As it was the Festa Major, it was open a lot for the various ceremonies, and we got to appreciate this 17th century church. Just down the stairs outside is the mermaid, and you can touch her hand for luck. Her hand wills. Maricel Palace sits just behind the church. It was commissioned by the American Charles Deering and designed by Miguel Utrillo. It now accommodates the art collection of Sitges. The town hall is another impressive building and looked incredible during the last dances of the Festa Major. If you do fancy a walk, at the northern end of Sitges you'll find the port. Here you'll find an array of restaurants, many of which are fish restaurants, and you can enjoy the catch of the day whilst looking out over the boats in the harbour. It's a pretty little area, and accommodation can be cheaper here too. Another lovely thing to do is walk the entire Esplanade of Sitges. It's 3 kilometres long and is a lovely way to start the day. There's a lot of artwork along the front, and also wild parrots. It was a little bit gloomy this day, but
It's a wonderful walk. We recommend doing it early morning before it gets too hot, but it's a lovely way to look at the sea and see some sights.
a lot of crazy people jog or run along the front. But if all that exercise isn't for you, we're very happy to report that there is, in fact, a noddy train that will give you a lift. If you buy a ticket, of course. There are stations with times listed all along the front. But if, like us, you do decide to walk, then it's a very pleasant and a very flat walk all the way to the Terramar Hotel at the end. How have you done, Rach?
We made it all the way to the end. 3 kilometres, tick. Now we just got to walk 3 kilometres back again.
Ah, yes, there is that. One thing we'd like to mention as we walk back is the fantastic lifeguard service. Every single beach has a lifeguard and they're on duty from 10 a.m. till 7 p.m. every day during high season. Before we finish, let's take a quick look at shopping. Now, neither of us really like shopping, but we do love an alley hop. From the cow at the door to all the things you didn't know you needed inside. I mean, a pop-up poo pen is one of life's essentials, right? But seriously, there's pretty much a shop for everything, from fresh fruit and veg to artwork. We even found a vintage toy shop. Put the E.T. down, Wills, you're not having him. Sitges is also Europe's #1 gay destination. It has many nightclubs, shops, bars and restaurants catering to the LGBT+ community. Sitges Pride Festival is held in June, which would be an amazing festival to attend. We find Sitges a happy, friendly and inclusive place, whatever time of the year you visit. And talking of festivals, there are many on the Sitges calendar. From the Tapas Festival to the Film Festival, there really is something on every month. We were here for the Festa Major de Sant Bartomeu. If you'd like to see more of that, check out last week's video. It's mad. And if this looks like your thing, get yourself over to Sitges on September the 22nd and 23rd, where they do it all again for Santa Tecla. And that's our guide to Sitges. We hope you enjoyed this video and we hope you're inspired to visit. It's a friendly, inclusive, passionate, creative and above all, proud place to visit. Thanks for watching. We've been Postcard and a Pint. Cheers!
How many Spaniards does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know.
Just one!
Oh.